You could say that this is like the 2024 wrap up of book reading. For me, I have 3 books in my hand and a Kindle. I had a reading goal. So my reading goal was to read 40 books in 2024. That didn't work out. See, I tried. I got ahead. Like, quite a few times my Goodreads challenge counter said that I was ahead by however many books. I don't know how many books that it would say would be like ahead or behind or on time. I don't know. I didn't really do any math when I set the reading goal. It was just, gee, I read a lot of books. Let's see how many books I can read each month. I think that this year, when it comes to setting a reading goal, I might do it just for the heck of it, and set a goal of 100 books just to see how many books I can get towards the end of 25. Now in 24, the one thing that the reading goal setting did help me with is to branch out in my reading, because I was thinking, gosh, I want to read as many books as I can each month and hopefully end at 40 at the end of the year. And I was thinking that I would end up, I probably would have ended up over my goal. There was a point in time where I was really close to getting over my goal, but my reading really slowed down just because of life events. But in my hand, I have 3 of the books that kind of got me into different types of reading, plus a Kindle, which, a certain point in my life, I was able to afford Kindle Unlimited, and so I used the Kindle for that. I haven't used my Kindle in a while. I specifically got a Kindle that didn't have too much memory on it, even though you can buy books and put them on the Kindle. I just, I don't know. I might explore more about buying books. Just money is tight. So when it comes to buying books, I'm like, not sure about that. I might explore and be able to see if I can keep it just in the Kindle in general, but somehow download it onto this Kindle. And I don't know how it works. I'll have to explore that somehow. But that's the Kindle. At some point this 24, I was able to read more on the Kindle. I worked in a hospital job overnight, so I was able to read while working, but it was dark and I didn't always have a light with me, so I was like, oh, I'll just get a Kindle, and the battery, it lasts longer than a phone or an iPad. There aren't so many distractions, so I chose the Kindle and it worked out. But yeah, anyway, there's 3 books here in my hand. Again, I read almost 40 books. I got up to like 35, I think. And I'm not going to show off all of the books that I read in 24. If you want to know all of the books that I read in 24, I have a reel on Instagram. My Instagram link will be in the description, so you can check out my Instagram and see how that works. But 3 books. I decided to pick 3 books that changed how I would read. My first pick was the Selection series. I have a video where I talked about the Selection series and my thoughts around the Selection series, particularly how I annotated it and just how I annotate in general. It's always changing. I mean, this is definitely a book that I'm going to be annotating, and I'm probably going to annotate it a lot like I did the other ones. I actually got into annotating not while I was reading this book, so that's why the rest of the series is annotated and this one is not. So anyway, this opened up the door for me, thinking like middle grade books although I wouldn't say that this is 100% middle grade. It's probably like, I don't know, young teen, though young teen is middle grade. It's by Harper Teen. The publisher is Harper Teen. So I'm not sure. If I had kids, I'd let them read the selection series. I don't know. I think that it's a good teen read, a good young teen read. And so reading the series kind of opened up my mind. It's like, I don't have to read all of the popular stuff, even though the section back in 2015, it was pretty popular. But anyway, I don't have to read all of the popular stuff to fit in or anything. I can read what I want, and I genuinely enjoyed this series. Currently, I'm reading the novella book, Happily Ever After, selection series collection novella. Has all of them in it. But there is another book that kind of really majorly opened it up for me, and that is Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us. I absolutely loved that book. I listened to it, and I decided to get the physical copy so that I could maybe annotate it, and I decided to go with the special edition right off the bat just because I like it. My view of special editions also changed. This year I was just thinking, like, why would somebody get, so like there's just the over consumerism of books where you have to have every special edition and you have to have every autographed piece, and it's just a lot of money to be spending, and books are not cheap. So I decided, instead of, when I was getting It Ends With Us, I decided, instead of getting a regular copy of it, I decided to just go ahead and get the special edition and not get the original copy. So it's just like, my views with special edition books has changed somewhat. When it comes to me, if I have an original copy of the book, unless the book was gifted to me and I really like the book, I'll keep the original copy. But if somebody were to gift me a special edition and I already had the original copy that I bought with my own money, the chances of me selling the original copy and keeping the special edition that was gifted to me because somebody knew that I enjoyed that book and wanted to get me something special, I would no doubt enjoy the special edition, have it on my shelf, leaf through it, just, enjoy it and think fondly of it. But when it comes to spending so much money on every special edition, I still think that it's unnecessary. Yeah, they're good, they're cool guys, but when you think about it, it's like, internet or special edition book, that is like half the internet bill. So it's just where I'm in my life right now. The thought of buying special edition on special edition on special edition, it's just, or maybe my ideas on special edition books just hasn't really changed too much. I'd say that it was mostly born in 24. I've thought about it a few times. Anyway, the idea of Colleen Hoover also, I was one of those people that was hardcore Coho hater. Like, I was just thinking that all of this stuff was true, like, yada, yada, yada. Like, yeah, I think that sometimes she can be a little insensitive, like how a lot of her books has the domestic abuse trope in it. And there are some books that I definitely just couldn't pick up, like, too late. There was a lot of cheating in it. Like, I know that the main character's boyfriend was, I'd say, abusive and neglective. However, instead of cheating on him, she should have just left the relationship while she was pursuing somebody else that was treating her better. But anyway, then there's ugly love and the whole controversy of the parents making fun of and making comments about the newborn son's genitalia, which is weird, really weird. However, a lot of people really love Stephen King, and he has written the book It. I have not read it, but I have heard that there is an orgy involved with children, so it is weird. And so is Stephen King. Like, it's just... why? Anyway, Colleen Hoover just proves that you can't knock it until you try it. There is really no need to boycott a very, very well-published author, because they are still going to get money. You can put your money towards whatever you want, but I find it a little foolish on my part to boycott something that I would most likely enjoy. And this was something that I really enjoyed. Yeah. Colleen Hoover, guys. I have some of her books. I think I have one Colleen Hoover book that I have not read, Heart Bones. I might read that this year, definitely. Another book that changed my perspective on reading, I don't know what fell, is The Fault in Our Stars. So this book, I watched the movie a long time ago. I hardly remember watching the movie. I just remember that the love interest and the main character were played by a brother-sister duo. The same actors that played a brother-sister duo in the Divergent series. So thinking back on that, it is a little weird that I could picture the characters in this book to look just like the characters in the Divergent series that are brother and sister. So I read them being lovey-dovey to each other in The Fault in Our Stars, and looking back, I think it's weird, but reading the book, I don't think it's weird, just because it's, this is just a book that really touched me in 24, and yeah. It's, I wanna read it again. This is one book that I want to annotate this year. Reread all of that, yuppie. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, consider looking at my other videos as well. Bye!